In this channel, we bring you the freshest discussions taking place in Japan's online community.
Former President Trump said in an interview that the US is like an insurance company for Taiwan, and that Taiwan should pay for their defense. If he wins the presidency again in November, he might push for some sort of deal with Taiwan.
I don't really like it, but if the US wants to do that, they should be clear about their demands. What if this guy gets elected and then Ukraine falls to Russia? Next, China will go for Taiwan and the Senkaku Islands. Just make Russia pay for the reconstruction costs Japan is demanding. It's a good thing if the world stops relying on the US as the police and starts defending themselves. Japan's taking forever to revise their constitution. Will they be ready in time if their own land becomes a battlefield? Half of human history is war, you know. Already acting like he's the president. Huh? Show us the cost effectiveness, dude. Japan had to increase their defense budget in the past because of US demands. Taiwan should pay too. By paying for defense, it sends a message to China that the US will actively intervene if Taiwan is in trouble. Thinking about it, that might be better. China and Russia will be thrilled if Trump wins. He'll focus on the Middle East and ignore everything else. China can't be happy. Trump caused them a lot of trouble last time. It would be laughable if the US took Taiwan's money and then ignored them when they need help. Taiwan took our semiconductor business. The US might end up attacking Taiwan. Thinking about it, the US should collect defense payments from Taiwan and get involved in Asia. If Taiwan doesn't like it and sides with China, so be it. If China prospers and Taiwan doesn't, Taiwan will want to join China sooner. The US supports Nvidia to prevent that. It's like when Japanese semiconductors were destroyed. Japan's in danger too. Maybe cars will be targeted next, especially with the US struggling with EVs. We're paying so much to American IT platforms, subscriptions, and AI. What's the deal? Do you know what happens if you don't listen to me? Pay up. If you don't, I'll sick China and Russia on you. We'll keep getting extorted forever. This was before the assassination attempt. His views might have changed. TSMC concluded that expanding to the US was a failure. The working conditions are too different. Trump would pressure them to build factories in the US, but that would double the cost of semiconductors. The environment in Taiwan is too different, and the quality of American workers is too low. Asians are better at detailed work. Americans can't handle it. Maybe Taiwan should develop nukes? The first thing Trump did last time was destroy TPP. One signature wiped out all that time and effort. I laughed when he said he'd pull out of the WTO. Maybe Trump will demand that the planned TSMC factories in Kumamoto be built in the US instead. For the future global human unity, Japan and Taiwan should be annexed by the US. Right-wing Americans don't want anyone who's not white. With this weak yen, Japan's barely getting by with exports. If they target that, Japan's done for. Putin and Xi are dancing with joy. Putin's happy, but Xi is scared. Trump would start strengthening tariffs like before. Look at what happened to Hong Kong under Trump's administration. There's no trust left. Trump might next tell Japan to pay for the defense of sea lanes from the Middle East to Japan. If we don't, we have to defend the Indo-Pacific, South China Sea, and East China Sea by ourselves. Who is Japan supposed to defend against? 3 more months until we find out his plans. He'll get involved with NATO too. The Philippines could switch back to a pro-China government. If Trump pushes too hard. Trump's all about America first. He hates losing money. What will happen to world order under 4 more years of Trump? Next, they'll just make America the bad guy. This could lead to civil war. If Trump wins, there won't be wars, but he'll start an economic war. Actually, I think Taiwan would be happy to pay. Paying means the US is obligated to defend them. If the US cuts off tactical data links, Aegis and F-35s are useless. Fast strike is all about cooperation, so Japan should be fine in that regard. Kennedy wanted to pull back US military bases worldwide. I wonder what Trump thinks. He probably thinks defense spending is a waste. Trump's a businessman. If we send him a bill that's many times larger than his demands, he'll negotiate for a lower price. I feel like the only ones hoping for a Taiwan crisis are the US and Japan. I've heard people in Southeast Asia think we're idiots for hyping up a Taiwan crisis. If Xi offers Trump bigger profits or threatens US interests, Trump could abandon Taiwan. Without China's economic principles, the US and China could have been as close as the US and Canada by now. Trump knows that. No way. Trump cares most about the economy. The US can't ignore the Chinese market anymore. Remember the tariff war Trump lost? The US can't ignore the Chinese market, which is why the CCP is a problem. The best way to handle Trump is to tell him his ideas will make him lose money. Trump threatened Japan at first but never followed through. All presidents prioritize America, but Trump is blatant about it. If Taiwan offered to pay for US troops to be stationed there, I'd love to hear Trump's response. The good thing about Trump is that he doesn't make outrageous demands once he's president. He just barks during the campaign. Even if Taiwan pays, Trump will just ask for more, like the Mongol Empire. Security costs money. Peace of mind isn't free.
Did you find this video interesting? We'll keep bringing you fun topics from Japan's online community. Please subscribe to the channel and drop some comments.